Ah, okay, does this work now? Sorry, if it does work, I mean, I'm just watching the I'm just watching the street. I'm waiting for it to catch up. Okay, okay. I was actually just wait. I was like patiently waiting for the mic audio to come back. Okay, now I can. I actually don't know why it wasn't working originally. I mean, I've just realized it's like another stream using like some of Agro's stuff. Um, like this at this point, it's just free promo every stream for Agro's stuff. But today, if you haven't guessed, we're gonna be animating another scene. For no actual particular reason. I just felt like, oh, it'd be cool. Like a scene with this in it, like the Spider-Man, the symbiote Spider-Man. Um, but yeah, so I'm gonna go through like the entire like process of setting the scene. So we're gonna make a this better not be like a running trend where Blender lags. Yeah, we're gonna do a Raimi styled animation again. Actually, I need to check because I don't know what the stream delay is. Hopefully, I don't have delay. I really wouldn't want that. Just so I can answer like questions as like quickly, so they line up. I don't really want to like have people like wait like 10 seconds for me to respond. Um, but yeah, we're gonna get some Spartan music on. Because the streams aren't like monetized, I can play whatever I like. So I can't got free range unless that's fine. Unless like they see the stream and they're like, we don't want this. We don't want want our music on here. So good. Also, we're on 470 subs. How? 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 Like every day I wake up. Every day I wake up and there's like I've got more subscribers and it's I don't get it. I don't get what you guys see in this. I'm just like I just animate and just do stupid things in like in the on stream. Right, so I'm trying to remember. Um, I'm trying to because obviously I did a setup for Diego to render. Speaking of which, the Iron Man shot. I'm gonna try and get Diego to render that. I did talk to him about that last night. So yeah, right now the feet in. Okay, I am gonna probably. Yeah, I'm not gonna have them in IK. I'm gonna FK them. Okay. Also, yeah, this is another one of Agro's models. So you guys know where to go. If you were here last stream, you know where to go to get this. So we want to do the FK to IK. We want to switch. Same with this one. That's fine. Same with this one. And now, yay! So now we want to grab this. We want to cursor to selected. We're going to add this here. And we're gonna bone constrain it. That should work. This should work. It should. In theory, it should. This is what we call a test in the business. Yeah, okay. I guess not. I think this is... I just need to check what the bone's called. Okay, it's torso. Torso. Okay, torso. Torso. Why? Why are we not working? Why are we not working? Wait, why is it constrained to the rig? Bro. Oh, see what I mean? Like, yay! Let's go. I thought I was like so like the rig was broken for a second then. Well, thank you very much, but I personally am surprised that I have this many as is, because like a lot of the time the stuff that I do is like really like it's unscripted. Like even this stream, well obviously I don't think it's like this is all just like comes as it comes as it comes. So we're gonna animate this guy. I'm looking at the stream now. I actually don't know because I have the stream on standby to see what the quality's like. Oh, you know, it's fine. I need to see if the red suit follows this. Okay, it does. Okay, that's cool. Okay, sick. Nice, 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 nice. So, what we're gonna do is, because we can do this cool thing with the MT, I'm gonna use that as this kind of like travel. So the way Spider-Man like is animated, usually you'd use the torso, the big cube, to have him swing around, but I don't like that. I use the empties. Please don't crash. Okay, thank you. Okay, so the only reason I don't like using the empties is because if you want to go back, you can't. Because it can be like a little bit messed up, and then you got to go back. You can ruin locations and stuff like going like this. So I prefer to attach this to an empty, so I can have the empty be the travel and the location of Spider-Man. Then the actual torso I kind of use as the rotations and the cool things, and it works a lot better. Sometimes, only sometimes. If I want to make him do like nothing, if I want to make him do a swing, it depends really. But I kind of see the edit in my way sometimes. Like you know, I'm still learning, by the way. So you know, I'm not like an industry pro. So bear with me. So we're gonna be doing a nice Spider-Man swinging scene, because a lot of people actually want to see some more Raimi stuff. And you know, fair enough. I really love the Raimi films. So let's give the people what they came for. I mean, you can animate the wrist being the pivot, but like I just that's if you want to get it like really accurate, but I kind of like when it's okay, let's say for example, right? For example, let's say Spider-Man's like swinging, right? So we've got him swinging and he's doing something like this. I don't like like you don't have to do everything I do just because I say that's how I do it, right? Making the wrist the rotation point is good because it makes it accurate, right? I don't do that. Well, I haven't done that. I use the main rotation. So what I've got to hold up in Blender right now, I use this and just try to emulate that kind of like the rotational pivot. I try and kind of emulate it without having to do it all. But you know, if you want to get it right, you can make it like that. Like that's completely fine. It's actually like a more accurate way of doing it. So definitely do that. We're gonna get Spider-Man on like a nice cool pose now. Also, if you can't hear the music, let me know and I will turn it up, because the Spider-Man 3 music's amazing and we don't want to miss that. Let me just turn off this so I don't keep clicking the mesh, because I don't want to like mess up and keep clicking meshes. Okay. I'm trying to think of like some nice cool Raimi poses, because he always does that kind of like, there's no music. Well, it must be really low then. How about now? Okay, there should be. If there's not, then I'm gonna have to start messing with like some settings. Yep. Okay. I need to like look at some the Raimi poses. Because I want to make sure that he kind of looks menacing, because the symbiote Spider-Man's like he doesn't look nice. He kind of looks all scary and like not nice. So I'm gonna look at some images. I kind of like that pose. I'm gonna try and get that pose. That's quite nice. I could do a transition to that pose. Okay, I've got an idea. I have an idea. I have a cool idea. Right, let me just screenshot this. Okay, let me just go into my screenshot, try and pull it in. Oh, hold on. 1 second. Oh. Okay, this is the pose I'm going to try and pull off. This one right here. This one is pretty nice. We like this. And it's cool. So, I'm going to do a transition to this pose, but first we just want to pose him normally like that. So, this torso will be kind of... Okay. This would be kind of like this. Twisted. This. Okay, that is local. This is kind of like this. Is that local? No, I'm rotating the wrong thing. That's why. Like this. That's not local. Is it? I mean, I guess it is. I mean... Oh, my PC specs are terrible. What? Like, that's why it lags. It's really bad. Well, okay. I've got a RTX 3060 Ti, a Ryzen 5. But I think I've got good RAM. I have 32 gigs of RAM. Not to flex. I know there's a RAM shortage right now. But I mean, like for specs, like specifically, like it's fine. But I do want to upgrade in like the future. I am trying to like save up some money to get a new PC so I can like render my own stuff. Because it could be really helpful like in the future. Alright, I need to think about how he's like rotating this leg kind of here. This one's kind of... You might get blocked. That's strange. How come? That's really unfortunate. I love the Spider-Man 3 music, bro. The Spider-Man 3 track is so good. Okay. I don't think it does muscle deformation. One model that I do have that does muscle deformation, TASM 2. He has muscle deforms. But like you've got to manually tweak with them. So like it doesn't do it with the rig, I'm pretty sure. Jesus, this is a really long arm. How far back is it far back or is it like stretched? Okay, I guess we can only like somehow kind of do half the pose because this, I don't know why, this is like a really, really long arm. Is it just me? Is it just me? Or is that arm like really long? It looks kind like, it does look a little bit like long. But I don't know if it's just me. Might be. Could be. Yeah, he is Slenderman, yeah. Okay, there's one thing. Okay, let me just do something super quick. I've got to pause the music. I need to turn my PC down. Because the music's nice, but I need to focus. That's better. Any good resources for learning Blender? I'm 100%. It's probably YouTube. YouTube is really good for learning Blender. There's so many tutorials online that are like available for the public. Oh, speaking of which, I forgot to say that I was live on Instagram. Let me just like really quickly post. But yeah, YouTube, definitely. I say have a little look at YouTube. That's what I used to use anyway. The stream music's kind of loud. I thought so. Okay, hopefully that's better. Hopefully. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like I don't know if it's perspective or like the camera's like FOV, but this looks short, a lot shorter than this. This looks really long. Yeah, the MJ poster, I can kind of see that. See, I don't want to. So the pose I'm kind of gonna go for is like, well, in the animation, he's gonna hit this like iconic pose, but in a web swing. So he's gonna kind of be like this, holding the web, and he's gonna like pull it down like that kind of thing. So, oh, it could be from the front pulling down. So it's trying to hit some like cool poses. It does look a little bit extended. It doesn't look like naturally like that long. Which is, I don't know, like it's not like a big deal. It's just like, I just noticed it. Right. I forget if this works. I don't think it does though. It does. Okay. And then we just toy with this a bit. And then we're gonna just shoot. And we're gonna kind of like make it look natural, but we're gonna like do this. I think this could do with like a bit of an arm bend. Or it could use a little bit of an extension. I'm just trying to think how to make the arm look more natural. Otherwise, it's not gonna look right. Like, I'm trying to make trying to make it look as natural as possible. Because it's gonna look strange. And we don't want it to look strange, we want it to look cool. Okay, hold on a second. Could you like elaborate on what you mean by like his work? Just so I can like, give an answer. Right. Okay, we're back. See, I need to find out where does this arm naturally bend? Does it bend up? See, because let me just look at the... Yeah, okay, so it bends up this way. See, because now it kind of like, there's too much like negative space here. Negative space isn't a bad thing, by the way, but I just feel like there's too much where it doesn't look natural enough. So I'm just trying to find like because you want to make it look like he's kind of pulling himself forward. Sorry, I might have spoken to the mic a bit too much there. And now we just need to kind of move this so his head isn't breaking the neck. And then we'll, yeah, okay. Here's a tip for you guys. If you want to have like two hands that have the same pose, all you have to do is go to the hand that has the pose. This can be for anything, by the way. But go to the thing that you want that you want to have the same pose as. Copy the pose, and copy it flipped, and it flips it to the other hand, like so. And then you have it like this, but I just need to make this look more natural. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play around with it for like a little bit until it looks somewhat natural. Okay, let me just go back. Oh, that chest. Ooh, I don't think his chest likes that. I'm assuming, yeah. But the thing is, I don't know how much this affects. I don't know how much the positioning would affect the high poly one. Okay, now there's too much. Like this. Okay, I don't like these having the same pose actually. I'm gonna make him kind of have like one of these hand poses, like the egg holding pose. Because it could actually look kind of cool. That's what they're called as well. When the people were making Venom, Let There Be Carnage, when they used to animate Carnage, they called that pose the egg holding pose, which is actually quite funny. But yeah, I just gotta make sure it's positioned correctly, otherwise it looks a little bit strange. We need to make sure that it looks fine. Let me just reset the pose of this. Needs a little bit of rotating. Okay, they need to look a little bit more individual. Like, it's good, but it's... They kind of blend in, like, the overlapping kind of like this, and we don't want that. So it's either it's the position of the hand or it's the pose of the hand. So we're going to... Yeah, so some of his models are ready. I'd say, like, this one's, like, I didn't have to, I like, got given this straight from Agra himself, so... I'd say so. Right, now I just need to kind of... Because I want to make this version... Because obviously this version of Spider-Man's not a nice Spider-Man, so we want to make him menacing, so... Making that, like... clear difference between the two. Because Spider-Man has, like, quite, like... heroic hands. Like, he's either got, like, his hands, like... like this, or kind of like in like a spread pose like this, whereas the Black Spider-Man sometimes has his hands like this, hands mainly like in that position, but sometimes they look really mean and like not very like friendly looking. So that would be nice to kind of bring over into this pose, just to make him look not so friendly. Let me just lift this up and see what this is up to. Okay. Okay, all I need to do is... Well, first of all, I need to make this unclickable. Otherwise, it's gonna just keep doing that. Let's grab this. Do this and bring this one back out and put shots like this. I'm just trying to make it look natural. But like menacing too. Otherwise, you kind of... Like right now, it looks a little bit strange. So like kind of gotta like... And then... I could kind of make it look like he's gonna try and thwip something. Like that. That looks a bit better. Now, all I've got to do is just see how this transitions to... Actually, if I just... Let's put this on the rendered one. Just to see. Let's just see how it looks. Okay. Yeah, the only issue I can see is kind of the texture stretch with the neck. So I'm gonna have to try and fix that. But the only downside is it will mess up this chest, won't it? Yeah. Okay. Okay, I might have to do a little bit of messing around. Like maybe bringing this like this more. And... Oh. And clearing the transform. It's still gonna stretch, but it's just... I'd rather sacrifice some of the posing for the performance. Actually, no. No, I wouldn't. Need to bring it back. If it doesn't lag. Hopefully it doesn't. I think it might crash. We need to get this rendered one off this, because this is definitely just going to crash. Okay, I think a fix that I could do is maybe... We don't want to risk him looking like odd. So which colors for which? It doesn't really like matter really. It's like one could be like green and yellow, one could be like blue and red. It's really like a choice, but in this sense, basically, let me turn the proxy back on for like so it doesn't crash. No, I've got the red one. Let me just hold on a moment. Right, so the green is for the FK, which is forward kinematics, so it's basically just manual rotations like this. That's what green means. And the red, which is like this is inverse kinematics, which is basically, I'll explain it like this. So I don't manually rotate things. It kind of works like that. So like your hand works to move, you know, if you were to hold your own hand and like push it and pull it, your arm bends. Kind of the same thing applies with this. Kind of like that. So that's what that basically indicates, but the rest, like the blue, also means like tweaks. So like if I wanted to tweak something, I could go into here and like rotate this. So it's more just for like if all the colors were the same, you kind of lose like what they are in the rig. You don't want that. So each thing's kind of in color coordinated, but I wouldn't say not every rig's the same. So not every rig would have the same color. So it's more just for clarification for the animator to use when doing animations. So it's more just like as I say, it's just for the person to know what they're gonna use, how they've used it, based on the colors. Yeah, it is like quite tricky, but you know, you kind of get used to it because you play around with the rigs, you kind of realize this works for this, that works for that, and then as you animate more, you're like, okay, this is this, and you kind of get used to it. Where is best to use FK and IK? It kind of depends. Like, IK is like, well, I can only really say from like what I use. I can't really give you like a best place to use it because it might like it's really like it's dealer's choice really where you want to use it. Let me just save this as I call it shot one dash swing dot blend. Let me just save that really quick. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press A and deselect this because that's the root. We don't want to touch the root. Also, that's something to say. So if you're working on like a fan film, right? Or like, let's say you're in the industry. Basically a habit you want to get into is not animating the root. This is the root. Don't want to touch it. The only people that can touch that part of the rig are the lighting department because they light the scenes, and if they need to move the rig somewhere else that's not where it is, they use that. But if you've animated keyframes on that, they can't move it. So get into the habit of not touching it and like staying away, just like leave it alone. So when the lighting department get it, you don't like clash with them for actually animating over it because they might not like you. But yeah, this I'm actually just gonna fix this hand so it's a bit more straight. But I think this pose is quite nice already. Let me just deselect. I need to just deselect a few things. Especially this. Let me just deselect that. We're gonna keyframe it. This is just a pose that I want to keep, so it's kind of here. You can also just save poses. If you have a pose library, you can. So it says right there, even right there, create pose asset. You can actually create this. So if I say like create pose, I'm gonna call this web pull. It will save the pose. So if let's say he has a different pose, but I want him to switch into another one, I can just double click the pose library and choose that pose, and it will automatically put him into this. So this is viewport textures. So it's basically a material that is basically, so there's still textures for viewports, but you probably would look at it like this. This is probably what you would see if you haven't already clicked on like textures, but if someone's created a texture preview on the viewport, you can press that and put the muscle shade on. And I think a lot of aggros models have this. I don't think all of them do, but a lot do. But yeah. Right, so now that this pose is saved, let me see what frame it's on. Okay, we're just going to deselect this, move this to frame 10. But we are going to delete this and keyframe it on 0. Because we're going to 0 that out. How do I rig characters? I don't personally rig. I don't like to. I think it's really tedious. And like it's extremely time consuming, but there's like Blender's got different things where you can like auto rig it, but I wouldn't suggest it because sometimes they just aren't good. My personal if I had to give advice on what to do, like I personally would just get models if I had to like spend money. So yeah. Yeah, Auto Rig Pro is good. Please don't freeze. I thought it froze. I just like let go too quick. So I don't really like have a set time for like videos that I make. Like if I was to make a swing scene, like I only end it when I feel like it needs to end. So I wouldn't want to drag it too long because if it drags too long, it gets boring after a while. So it's just like thinking about like, oh, this would be cool to see. Making this happen. Is it too short? What can I add? Is it too long? What can I take off? That type of thing. Because if it's too long and it's drawn out, it'll get boring and people will be like, it's too much. But if you time it just right, it can be really nice to watch. Like you don't want to like draw it out too much, basically. Right, so on frame 0, we're gonna have him kind of want him to pull into this kind of web. Like that. So I'm pretty sure. Okay, so it is the red. So we're gonna bring this arm up. Is it better than a Mixamo rig? I'm gonna be honest, I don't really have a lot of knowledge with Mixamo stuff, especially the rigs. Cause well, Mixamo rigs are just bones, from what I've actually seen. So I wouldn't say they are better in my opinion. They're just basic rigs. So yeah. Okay, I guess I can't. This is just rotations, it's not locations, so I can't just keep this. Right. I just need to see how this transitions though. Yeah, see there's that's okay, this is called gimbal lock. And it's not nice. Midimo, yeah. Yeah, Midimo. Yeah. Right, we wanna I'm just trying to think of a nice like transition. Because he needs to like he needs to pull I want him to pull it down kind of like aggressively. But not break the pose. Because breaking the pose, like you can mess up the silhouettes and stuff, but yeah. Okay, let me just see where this rotation is. Okay, okay. So now I'm just gonna bring this leg up. and then bring this one down. And then we're gonna twist this. We're gonna clear the transform. And kind of do this. Aggro's models are really good. You know what else is really good, Aggro? TASM 1. TASM 1's really good. I think you should finish that model. I think that'd be really cool. Aggro must really hate me. Like that's all I do is like ask him to finish the model. I'm like, oh, TASM 1. I think did I say TASM 2 or did I say TASM 1? I'm pretty sure I said TASM 1. Yeah, I don't want this to be too like too weird. Because I don't know, but I feel like he's rotating too much. Yeah, well, you never know. Yo, Aggro. Jeez, when's it getting made? When you finishing it? I need it. We need this. The community needs this. You're starving the community of something great. Let me just fix this. Oh my god, I just realized. I don't know how loud this is, but this is one of the best scores of the film. Right, so we want to kind of a transition pose. So having this be kind of like he's pulling and get down. I want to kind of like... See like that, like... But then again, that feels too slow. How many frames is this? 10 frames? Yeah, it's pretty... You probably... Jesus. You probably want this to be like 5 frames. This is incredible. Yes, I'm so... Okay, maybe too quick. Because I wanted him to kind of come off of a web. Like, he comes off of a web, he webs and kind of like lets it linger and then pulls himself forward, maybe. Like, this is the type of stuff I've got to think about now, is the technicals. So, Jesus, that's a pose. We're going to fix that. By... doing this and then doing this. I don't know if that's going to bring it out too much, though. See, because it looks nice. This pose actually, not this specific pose, but this one looks nice. It's just that, really, isn't it? It's just that. So let me just do this. I don't know if this works, but no, not really. I mean, like pose and stuff like this is. I just use this as reference. I'm just doing a transition pose, so it's a pose. It's a pose that goes to another pose, but I'm not even gonna lie, I don't think I like it, so it's getting erased. We're gonna erase the pose. So, all that work that I just did, bye-bye. What we're gonna do is, you know, ooh, okay, I've got an idea. I know, like, this pose is gone now and it doesn't matter, but I have an idea. I have a cool idea. It matters. Also, the pose is saved, so, like, it's fine. If you want to, like, keep poses, just save them. But we're gonna bring this forward. Let me just turn on symmetry. Whee! Okay, and now we're gonna bring this forward. I'm gonna give him like a really like menacing kind of pose. Like a jumping pose, kind of like he's jumped Also now, I had symmetry on. You want to kind of turn that off and like make the other side kind of look different to the other side, so it's not symmetrical. Just to have some like individuality to limbs, so it kind of doesn't look like it's just a pose that's been flipped. To the dance. God, that takes so long too. Can I? You know what? That's fine. Because we're gonna change the pose. Sometimes I keep forgetting what is rotation. I think it's definitely this. I keep forgetting which is like the elbow pit. Let me just look at this arm, right? So yeah, it's okay. It's red. Okay. Now we're gonna do like kind of menacing, like. Well, like I'll be quite frank. Yeah, sometimes it is just from memory. Like I've seen these movies too much and I've just remembered it quite a lot. Who is the best Spider-Man? Oh God. See, I'm not gonna answer that just so the community doesn't like go crazy. Because I think my question, I wouldn't say it's not controversial. It's just like it's an opinion. But like I don't think it's one like a lot of people would agree with. But like in terms of what though? Give me that at least. In terms of what like specifically what makes the Spider-Man the best Spider-Man? You mean like the actual like acts of that specific Spider-Man? No, I'm definitely not gonna say Andrew Garfield. No, no way. I'd say they all have like moments of aura, but like each to their own. I'm trying to make sure that this has like enough bend in it, but not like too much where it looks strange. Because I really want to make this pose kind of look like it's menacing. So, when it comes to like my mod, Jesus Christ, I just noticed that we have 23 viewers. That's insane. That's like an all-time high, which is crazy. So when it comes down to like rigging, I have done it before, but I don't personally enjoy it. Like I don't like the process of doing it, but that just might be because I did a bad version, like a bad process. That's probably why. But yeah, it's I don't know. I would probably learn it, but I don't want to at the minute. So it's kind of like a I don't know. It's a bit more confusing. I don't like it personally though. Like it's a bit tedious for me, a bit too tedious, in my opinion. But yeah, one sec. But yeah, it's just a bit too tedious. Yeah, the horror game was the last time that I rigged. No one but me and you will understand what that even means too. Like, and it's let it stay that way. Let it stay like ominously like that. No one knows what that means. Currently animating your reverse flash. Oh, that's sick. You know, I actually like the flash. The flash is really cool. The flash is really cool. I used to watch the CW flash like back in the day. Okay, now we're gonna adjust these hands now. That's not the wrist. No, I didn't. I actually haven't rigged in Roblox. And I don't think I ever... rigging in Roblox. I don't actually, you know, I actually don't know. I don't know. I've never actually made a game in Roblox. I play Roblox. Never made a game for it, though. I'm trying to see, is this menacing enough? I feel like there's too much of this. And I need to stop. Season 2 was good. I really did enjoy Zoom. Zoom was really cool. Yeah, like, I probably would learn it, but I just feel like right now it's too tedious, and time consuming for me to even like consider, to be honest. Like I'm trying to like get better animation before I learn like some new additional skills. I feel like rigging personally for me would be something I would learn down the line. Like once I've like gotten to a point where I'm happy with my animation skills. I feel like I feel like this finger's too far down, so I'm gonna lift it up a bit. I mean, I try and incorporate squash and stretch, but like I've got to a point where I don't really think about it. I just try and apply what I know. So I might do, I might not. It's kind of like I'd have to examine some stuff. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, if you get too carried away, it can like really distract people. Alright, let me just... Right, I actually really wanted to learn compositing for like a long time. But this PC would not allow that. Like I can't even have like After Effects open for too long before like it starts to like go crazy. It just doesn't like it at all. But I actually would. I would definitely learn compositing. It seems quite fun. Right, I'm just trying to think of a cool thing we could do with this. Because I think it'd be cool to have some more Spider-Man, like Black Suit Spider-Man swinging scenes. Um, I don't know if it's gonna be a big shot. To be fair, it's just like it might develop into one. That's what happened with the alleyway shot. I just made that to make it, but it ended up becoming like what it is now. But yeah, I'm not like too sure as to what it's gonna be. But if it be like right now, the idea is just to make him swing. But yeah, the university laptops are like somewhat like they're okay, but even Blender lags on those. That might just be a me thing. I might have like put bloatware in it or something, but yeah. Auto Rig Pro is, I'd say it's like if you don't want to rig and you just want to rig a mod, like you just want to like have a model rigged, it's all right. But if you want to get like custom deforms, I don't know if it's like improved, but I don't think you can do that. I think I'm gonna have the camera kind of be here because I want to kind of have it like he's on the camera. it's falling towards him, and he dives, webs, and goes past something cool. Maybe I just want him to kind of do something really cool. Is this breaking the neck? No, this is actually pretty nice. I might actually have it. It'd be cool if it went from like the actual logo outwards. I guess. It's just I'm trying to think of a scene, honestly. So my current PC has 32 gigs of RAM and a 3060 Ti, but the CPU is not good. It's the CPU. I'm telling you now, it's the CPU. Honestly, it is the CPU that is tracking it down, which is unfortunate. So game models that are rigged, I don't really know. Usually, I sometimes like DeviantArt has some of them. Like that's where I sometimes get FNAF models, but it's like you've got to sometimes search for those. But yeah, the CPU, I think it's a Ryzen 5 4500, so it's not good. It isn't good. The Bully Maguire dance that takes so long because I'd have to like rotomate that. Like it's found footage would be cool. Like for the bugle, that'd actually be a cool idea. Also, my favorite no, yeah, no, I'm not. It's more like things that I want to do that I can't do for certain reasons. I'm not like complaining in the sense that like I want a better one. Why didn't I get a better one? It's just like this thing. I've had this thing for like almost 3 years, so it's also just kind of like I've used it a lot. Like I've used it every single day from the point I got it. So it's it's less of like a I want a better one now. It's more like a I'm gonna upgrade this soon, just so I can produce better stuff. But this thing has lasted me a while, so it's not necessarily bad, but for the things that I would like to do, I need to get a bigger processing. I need to get bigger processing powers. Like okay, so I think it sometimes my GPU can max out like that. Sometimes it really just depends. There's been so many times where like I've got friends who make models, like Agro for example. His models are really like optimized, but I've got some friends who I've had to go back and tell them, "Can you optimize this? My PC cannot run it. Like it will lag so badly." And I've had to like go back and request it to be like re-optimized for me to use it, which can sometimes be like quite like annoying for them. So yeah, like there was a PC that I was gonna get, but the price is just insane. Like it's in because the RAM prices have shot up. It's actually it's really bad. Honestly, it's terrible. Right, so I think I'm gonna make him swing. I'm gonna use the TASM technique with the empty. So we're gonna bone constrain this. Set the inverse. Now this should, in theory, yeah. And then what we're gonna do is, well, first of all, I need to make a collection, call it web setup, like so, and we're gonna drag this into this. So the city's not like intertwined. Okay, now I'm gonna look at chat for like a little second because there's a few comments coming through. I'm gonna make him swing. Yeah. Um, but yeah, we are gonna make him swing. Just hold on a second. Ooh. Yeah, I think it could be that. It could be getting more expensive, but no. Sorry, it is. It is. It's literally because of the companies like buying so much RAM. There's just not enough. But the PC build, I think it was a 5090 with a Ryzen 9, with like 2 TB SSD. But because I was gonna go big, if that makes sense. I wanted to go big because then I could just use it for so many years. Then, like that type of thing. Right, I'm just trying to think. So he's gonna be falling from here. I've got to work out now, like the trajectory, like the actual angle that so he doesn't hit the ground. This is what Spider-Man actually does, by the way. He has to work out where he can web swing from. Right, this is now the child of this, but we don't rotate it yet. What we want to do is what we actually want to do is Christ, I keep making the thing. Yeah, okay. AI's okay. I'll say this. I like AI that assists. I don't like like AI that replaces. That's not nice. I would prefer AI which can assist like tedious work. That's good. Pendulum calculations, yeah, I've got to kind of do some like simple, extremely basic calculations for it, yeah. Right, so we want to move this. Yeah, I was just checking if it actually like is the offset. Okay, I just needed to check that for a second. But the last it has 7.2 thousand gigs of RAM. That would be really nice to actually own. Right, so this point from his wrist. This is where the web will then like be. This is the swing point. So this is the Spider-Man is gonna be like kind of swinging like so, like. So my whole goal right now is to make sure that he doesn't do what he's doing now and go through the. No, that's. Why is the world gone through the? Hold on. Uh, Cursor to world origin. Dust. Selection to cursor. Yay! And that's how you fix that. Right, so we're gonna animate Spider-Man now, kind of falling. He's gonna kind of look, and then he's gonna web, and then he's gonna do this nice swing through some cars, and just narrowly avoid them, kind of like from the movie. And then I'm gonna do another scene where he kind of does some more stuff. No, yeah, the 5090's price is. By the way, I'm like reading up comments, so if I'm like replying to things that were like asked a while ago, that's why. But yeah, no, the 5090 is like insane. It's insanely priced now. It's really bad. Right, so I'm just thinking about where to put a camera because I was thinking if he's falling, I can have like the camera kinds of orbit like this. So as he's falling, actually, I can have him like fall into frame, and then well, that's kind of what it does in the movie. But it could be cool. Could be cool. I could try. I might try it. Let's try it. You know, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Let's just do it. Right, now we've got this cool camera. We're gonna basically mark this as a marker, just so this camera's the one that gets used. We're gonna constrain it to the path that rotates. Right here, this MTMN, sorry. but we're going to turn off the rotation so the camera has its own rotations and isn't influenced by the empty's rotations. Otherwise, that could be like not good. And we're also going to change this because we don't want this. We want it to be HD 1080p. I actually like Andrew's swings. I prefer them because I prefer them mainly because of the realism. Like it actually looks nice and like visually like pleasing to look at. Whereas like Toby's is really like stylish, kind of like fantastical, in a sense where like he swings, but it's really like, well, it's not like angelic. It's more just like smooth, but like you feel like a with him. Whereas like Andrew's one's really like feels like he gets pulled around by the web, but like not in a bad way, like in a good way. Like it feels real and grounded and like really like cool. Whereas with Toby, it's really like you're looking at a superhero that's like, wow, this is like this guy. That type of thing. Right, we're gonna make him fall from like maybe like a height like this. And then we're gonna get to, I'm just trying to think like, okay, here. We're gonna put it like here. And then here. We're gonna just make it linear too, otherwise it's gonna be like quite funny. Actually, I can't really make. So he kind of stops. This needs to be linear, these two keys. That's not linear. You just got like, what's this? What is this doing? This isn't linear. Time to check the graph editor. You know what, let's actually not make it linear. Let's Bezier this. Let's Bezier this one too. Actually, can I... Yeah, the handle type, you wanna... Now this is where the annoying work begins. Because now this is kind of inverting and we don't want it to invert. It feels a bit slow too. You know, let me just time it. Because it feels too slow. Because he needs him to get to a certain point, which is when the web appears. So we need time for him to kind of like be falling like this. Spot it and then shoot the web. We need to have that time. Otherwise, it's not going to look good. See, because that doesn't feel like there's enough time. So I'm going to have him like quite high up. I have no idea why it's starting on frame 5, but let's bring him all the way up. Have him kind of drop and then like that. So we can probably drag that to frame 40. Put him about here. No, it feels slow. No, sorry, not slow. It feels too fast. That feels more like... That feels better. Does it? Does it? Yeah, graphs can be a little bit annoying. See, I need to like hit. And then I need to see how it looks from... So the web's stuck here. And then I can like begin to rotate it. So then it does this. Yeah, okay, this is gonna be one struggle. Yeah, so you know, that's like something like it's... But webs also stretch. I'm gonna pull them down like a little bit. We don't want to actually have them reach this, like, this point feels like it's too rotated. I'm gonna rain in the sea and I don't know. Oh, I was wondering why, like, this looks a bit like the interpolation strange. Which busy and see what it is. So yeah, then I need to kind of have them come off of it. So if I just rotate it ever so slightly. Oh, this theme's like the best theme. I can just about hear it though. See, and now what you want to do is you want to keyframe this, keyframe the influence, and then you want to shut the universe. Oh, yeah, I guess not. Alright, let me just do something because it's selected. Right. I've just got to kind of figure out how to get them back to here, honestly. See, the inverse is like... That is where it is. But I need him here. Oh, wait. What? Brother. Oh, Jesus. This, like, well, not something like this. When I actually do it normally, I can, like... I won't, like, add mistakes in it because, like, you want it to be, like, cohesive, obviously. But this kind of stuff, yeah, I'll add this in. Right, now let's turn this off. Selection to cursor, boom. What is he doing up there? Yeah, what the hell? Yeah, buddy, what? Okay, what is going on? See, this is what happens sometimes. It can, like, kind of mess up. Yeah, I don't like how it looks. So you know what we're gonna do? You guessed it. Right, we're gonna think about this. So you don't want to go into an animation without having, like, an idea, and I'm kind of going into it without having, like, a kind of idea. Spider-Man, why does he go up there? Actually, I think a cool thing that I could do is have him kind of jump into a swing, as if he not like fall into one, just have him where, like, he's kind of looks like he's already been swinging, and he kind of swings past the camera, like the camera's like on a ledge, and you see him come from, like, behind the building, like, and the camera, like, follows him like this. That could be really nice. Yeah, the blended gatekeeping ops might actually get to me. Yeah. It's true. Right. Let me just add, like, a really quick little building. Because I've got to kind of think. He's going to come around this building. Thwip. Which means this needs to be, like, in the building. And a lot higher. I'll put there. And then this camera, boop, is not attached to him. But we allowed the camera back in, so it's actually fine. Okay, okay. I actually have an idea now. Okay, so we see this pose. We like this pose. I like this pose. We're gonna drag this pose to like here. And then I'm gonna, is this global? Yeah, turn to local. Only sometimes. I don't drink them all the time. I drink like Pepsi. I have Monster like occasionally outside of like university. In university, I have it like quite frequently. I want to have it where he's like come off of a web. Like he's kind of like jumped off of a web. I don't actually know how long it would be because if it's too long, it will take me like a minute like to edit because I edit things myself, so I have university and stuff, so that'd take a long time. So I couldn't really guess, but if I had to kind of like, if I had to guesstimate, I'd say like not long, not very long, kind of like maybe 10, 15 minutes. But yeah, if it was 2 hours, I'd just stream. I'd just stream the process. I wouldn't like edit that into a video. That's like a whole film. That is an entire movie's worth of a tutorial. And then this, we just need to bring back. See, this is where, like, remember the poses I was making previously? Like, in the beginning of the stream? This is where it comes into play now. This is where it matters. Everyone say hi to Bean, he's back in the chat. Hello, Bean. Hello, world. Alright, now we've got this. We can kind of have this. Because we want to look at, like, he's throwing his arm back. That might be a bit too far. Do I collect any action figures? Do I collect action figures? Just a few, not many though. Like not a lot. Not like I'm moving in the way. Not like a lot. Only like some Hot Toys and like some old Raimi stuff. Speaking of which, I actually need to show this. Right, let me just hold on. Let me just get this a second. So, there's not many like sorry about that. There's not many Venom figures, and I actually managed to get a hold of a Venom figure. Take a squiz at this. Look how cool that is. How cool is this? I actually do have some Mayfex and SHFs. I have the SHF Andrew, SHF Toby, SHF Venom, the SHF Carnage. I also have the Mayfex TASM 2, the Mayfex original TASM 2, the Mayfex Spider-Verse, and I think that's it for those specific brands. No, I have the SHF Comic Venom 2. I need to put this Venom somewhere so like he's kind of chilled out. Put him against the monitor. But yeah, I collect like quite a lot. I'm like a really big collector. In the I've been collecting for like so many years. Yeah, the Mayfex original TASM, I got that when it first released. So I'm really lucky to have that. Because I know how rare that is nowadays. I just need to see how this transitions. Now we're going to make a transition. A transition, like kind of like an ease, like an overlap. So we're gonna work on the overlap of this like transitional like pose. But yeah, that's good. That's actually quite good to pose figures. I used to do that quite a lot, but some of them can be quite limiting. I actually do have the Shakeify plugin. I use it quite frequently on stuff. It's a really helpful plugin. Also, what country I'm in? I'm in the UK. I am from the UK. I live in it. But I was thinking, because someone wanted me to make my own cut of the Spider-Man 3 film. I am debating making that. I actually am debating making that a thing. I think it would be cool, because I am planning to collaborate with a really cool animator. His name's Ardith, or however. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, please like correct me. Like, I wouldn't want to like mispronounce anything. So, but yeah, we're gonna collaborate on some of the Spider-Man 3 scenes, and it's gonna be really cool. Because okay, I'll say this. I don't want to spoil it because like it's like something like new, and like people might actually enjoy seeing like the new stuff. But we're gonna have a whole new fight with Venom, like a really nice fight with Venom. Because I feel like we didn't really get a big fight with him. We kind of got like we got an actual fight with him once, but I feel like he deserves another one. Because I do still like that rendition of Venom. Make TASM 3. Now I've got this one as well that people want me to make TASM 3. The actual like scrutiny that the animations would be going through would be insane. Right, that's going down too much. It needs an arc. No, that's not even an arc. That's just a doo-doo. Modify. Let's keep it up. Okay, now we're going to do a transition for the arms, because the arms just kind of spread out straight away. I didn't make this model myself. A guy called Agro made this model specifically. This is by Agro. I keep giving Agro like so much free promo in these streams. No, yeah, the Amy Pascal. I think the reason was the reason Amy Pascal didn't let him. It was a whole thing. Like I think he missed like a meeting with everybody because he wasn't well. Like he was actually sick and he missed that meeting, and they fired him because of it, which was like that is insane. Yo, I just got an update on something. Ooh. Okay, I'm just gonna ask if I can show it because this is crazy. This needs to be rotated. It kind of looks broken. Okay, guys. So, okay, this is cool. No, it's not the Agrotasm one. Jesus, I wish. Oh, this is so cool. So for a while now, well, I say we, not me. It's been Brave G. If you guys don't know who Brave G is, you should definitely get. He actually makes some really cool models, and we're gonna be using his. Actually, I'm not gonna say. I'm just gonna pull up the image, and then I'll say what it is. So it's like this is a really good teaser. So we're gonna be using this for the Spider-Man 3 stuff. Here he is now. Everyone, go subscribe to Brave. He makes some really cool stuff, and he has a video that's out. Go watch it. It's really nice. This is the Venom that we're going to be using for the new Spider-Man 3 scenes that we're going to be making, and this looks so good. This actually looks so good. It's actually crazy how accurate this is looking so far. Like, oh, look at the textures. Oh. But yeah, this is actually a cool kind of tease now for what's to come for the project. But yeah, that's what we're going to be using. So that's really cool. It's so good. I'm trying not to have like these arms kind of flip out too much, because if they flip out too much, it kind of ruins the vibe. Like, yeah, yeah. You know, I actually watched them watch Brave make it, and there was so much reference. Oh, it's looking so good. It actually it's looking so good. Okay, I actually just need to show this. Right. So if you actually liked that image, check out this one. Check out how cool this looks. This looks so good. This looks insane. This is actually so accurate. It's actually insane. Oh, it's so good. Oh, thank you so much for that. That's really nice. It's so good. I actually can't wait to use that. Okay, this is going a bit too high. Or maybe this is too low. I'm doing like a... This is the animation he's going to be doing as he swings around the corner. It jumps out of it. Maybe it's too quick. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. Yeah, so I'm going to say this. If you ask me anything regarding like TASM 1, TASM 2, have I seen this? I have seen everything. Everything that was cut. I have seen it all. I have friends that have seen like that have shown me stuff. I have searched for stuff. Like I have seen everything that there is to see. It's so sad. Some of the stuff in it's really good too. I've seen like the majority of each, like every visual effects breakdown. Okay, I'm gonna kind of because the animation's very like fast. I'm gonna do a kind of settle. So it's kind of nice as he like does the web, because I can make the web shoot really violent, like like he throws himself into it, so it doesn't look like nice and flowy like the normal Spider-Man would. It looks like he's like throwing a punch almost. Because this Spider-Man obviously is like super violent. He's much more like, he's not very nice. So we want to get that kind of tone that like he's just like angry. So I want to keep him like kind of hunched as he's like looking around, because it makes him look less like a person, like a lot more like creepy and like sinister. So you want to keep that kind of feeling like he's not nice and like really like scary, kind of like ugh. Like you don't want to be around him. I want to make that head turn a bit more quick, so it's like he kind of looks super quickly. Like, kind of like that. That looks a lot nicer. It's like more snappy. And then I might make him shoot with this arm, so it's kind of like he's like this, and I can make him look, and then he like shoots with this arm, and then this one that's here can like grab it, and then it can go into the swing. Then that could be cool. It's just like what I'm doing right now is a part of the process. Like it's just visualizing like what could look nice, what could make this scene look like, oh, that's nice. And it's like that kind of stuff. But yeah, like that kind of stuff's like... So he's gonna look, and then he's gonna ball his hands up kind of like this. So he's gonna be like, oh, maybe like a... Or like a... I'm trying to think of like a very violent way for him to like to get ready. Maybe like he does like this, and then like that, like he shoots it, because it can't be like, it needs to be different than the Raimi one, because usually he just goes like and he just shoots it normally. This one he needs to look like he's like violently like throwing it. Do you know what I mean? Because in the films it's like he kind of presses it out, whereas in this one it needs to look like he's like throwing this web out of his hand. Like it needs to look like mean, almost. That kind of thing. It needs to look really like imposing. But yeah, you're using a Flash movie for reference. I'd be careful about that, because the way he runs like he ice skates, which it's all the whole friction thing. But okay, I'll say this. A really good reference you should use is if you watch the Eternals movie. There's a speedster in that film, and oh my god, it is the best depiction of speedsters I've ever seen on like on film. It is so good. Especially like visually too. It's like really, really clean. I don't know why, Agro, why aren't you doing like industry jobs? You can make bank. Now we're gonna kind of splay these arms. I love the Venom score in Spider-Man 3. It's so like visceral and like mean, like. Okay, now I need to make a new pose. The web shooting pose. Peter, what are you doing? No! Yeah, I think I've seen the movie too much. You know it's cooked when like you've watched a movie for like so much that you can quote like specific scenes based on the music. Alright, we can just delete this then. Okay, I think this is rotated way too much now. And it needs to be kind of more like this. And this needs to be balled up more. Like this. This needs to be more like this. This more like this. You know, pure enough. No. Okay, my iPad just died, so I can't even like reply sometimes. Bro, Agar, you could like make so like you could get like a job so quickly. It's such a like all the models you've got is like such a good resume. Okay, instead of making it like this, I'm gonna do the reverse and make him do this. All this is about right now is making a kind of mean looking pose. So now if I move this up, move this one, maybe what if I open it up? See like this? It's like okay, it's maybe a little bit too quick. Yeah, yeah, it's just a tad bit too quick. We're gonna extend it out. And now we're gonna undershoot it, kind of like he underthrows it. Actually, I think it's gonna start to come in right here, so it's like yeah, that's much better. We're trying to like because then I can add a pose where it's like I can make his hand do like like this kind of thing. Yeah, you know, I still get confused sometimes on how to like use like some people like do symbiote transformations in Blender. And I just think that's insane. We're gonna rotate this some more. It is a late start. It is. See, now we just need to worry about this. So it's like we don't want it to come down too like prematurely. And this kind of shoots off, maybe like see, because it's going up some. Maybe want it to come up a bit sooner. Maybe it's a little. I think it's a little bit too high up to be fair. Something like that's a lot better. What Discord servers am I in? I'm in quite a few, to be fair. Like, I'm in SOPS one. If you guys know SOPS it is. I'm in like some first person ones too. Like I try and get in as many like animation servers as I possibly can just to learn. Like so maybe I don't talk in some of them, but like I kind of observe like people in the servers and kind of like see what like I can learn from them. That's when I ask, and that's when I start talking. It's kind of like I like to see how people have their workflow and that type of stuff, how they work again. But like also what things I can change about my own workflow, like what can make my work get better, what skills can I learn, type of thing. Oh yeah, no, SOP's insane. What animation workflow do I use? I'll be fair, I don't really have like a one that I've learned. This is just one that I've kind of developed like on my own right now. Specifically in Blender, for Maya, it's a different story. I've had to kind of adapt in that environment. I've had a lot of help from like some industry animators for Maya, which has like been such a big help. But I forget. I actually don't know what this animation style is called, but it's not like it has no block and it's just like an all through. Like I animate, fix as I go, that kind of thing. Yes, yeah, straight ahead. I think yeah. That sounds about right. Right now, I'm just doing some like this is specifically the kinds of miscellaneous movements, so it's kind of like natural. I'm trying to get that natural vibe that he's like recovering from this like force that he's shut out of his body, that kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, I do a monitor. The only reason I have two monitors, right? This one's to look at like movies. Excuse me, let me just check what this theme is. This is an unused track. Well, this is getting used to the video. This is gonna get used. Sorry for getting distracted, but so a dual monitor setup I would suggest because you can animate and look at tutorials at the same time, like simultaneously. For productivity, it's also cleaner. Like minus that, it's just a lot cleaner. So you can manage stuff. In my opinion. In my opinion, anyway. I think it's a lot better. It's no problem at all. You can. It's not like I probably would have gone to anim school. Like I went to college because the course that I attended had animation in the title, but we didn't do any animation. I had to learn myself. So I suggest, like, if you want to do animation, if you have like a college course or a university course, I'd suggest joining it because you can learn from some really talented people more about how to animate. So I definitely do suggest, like, if you want to learn some more, it's best to learn from the people who are the best at it, like the best of the best. I need to remove this kind of like, he has a kind of like a wobbly head. I go, yeah, I'm gonna remove that. See, we're getting that kind of like bug, kind of like he's like a bug. Which is like a really nice effect. This model specifically you can find on Agro's Gumroad. Yeah, I think this comes up too quickly. We need to have a kind of outputs. This is why we look at every angle. I feel like that's too quick. This drip like that. Yeah, it's too quick. I'm gonna fix that. Instead of bringing it forwards, we're just gonna keep it backwards. Any recommendations? There's some free ones I think on CG Trader. If you search up cgtrader.com, you should find some like free Spider models. I'm pretty sure. I think. It might not be. I'm just saying that I found some back in the day. Right, we're gonna add some more recoil kind of stuff into this. Yeah, that can happen. It's probably just the optimization. Or like your PC probably just can't handle it. Sorry, or your laptop. I need to remove that kind of jitter right there. So it goes dink. And this one you can't go up. We want to remove the up part. we're gonna straighten this arm out so it looks like, because we need to look like he grabs it like this. But yeah, let's just get this down. You know, yes, their weight is actually quite good. That's actually a really good channel. Yeah, so now we can put this in a fist now. Right, let me just keyframe this and then fist. We're gonna paste pose. Is it that? No. Okay. I'm gonna have to make the pose instead. So if you want to do this, you just clear the transform, and then you can just make the pose. If it doesn't want to lag, thank you. Let me just remove this bit because he's webbed. I need to make him like kind of open his hands like they are there kind of actually. So about here, I need to put them back in a fist. That's actually a really good frame. I'm gonna keep that. And then we're gonna open these kind of like this. Now we're gonna press these down. Like so. Then we're gonna select these, deselect the wrist because it's always got keyframes we want to keep. And we kind of get this as an animation now. Let me just grab these. We're gonna kind of do this. You know what? I'm gonna actually just open the hands even more than this, just so it's more noticeable. As I feel right now, you don't really see it enough. Yeah, I think that's fine. I just break his neck. Just. So now we have this like nice animation. So he's gonna come around the corner, and then he's gonna web a hole. So it's like. Actually, I do think that's better. It's a lot more gentle now, which is actually quite nice. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave this hand in a fist when it does this. So let me just copy this. And we're gonna basically flip it. Right here. So we get this like nice motion now when it goes like, you see him actually like grab it quite nicely, which is good, which is really nice. But yeah, Jesus, we've been streaming for 2 hours. Well, we're not gonna stop, but I am gonna readjust because these chairs do get quite like, you get a bit uncomfortable when you sit down for too long. And now this one is gonna transition into. We're gonna transition this into a full pose. Like so. Because we're going to bring this arm up now. So we're just going to, instead of having to like manually pose, you can just copy the pose of the one next to it and then just flip it like this. Whereas I need to kind of, now we need to basically, speaking of which, I can just do the exact same. I'm going to copy the pose, select these two, flip on the X. I just need to check if this is... Same with this, we need to... No, don't flip it. Need to move it back. And then here, we just need to make this now move backwards. Because now he's descended into the swing. So we need to make sure that we can see the swing properly. Also, don't mind like the keyframe placement. You can like change that when you need to. See like this, so it looks like he's turning too much. I'm just gonna twist from this point. I'm gonna twist him. See like this is called a poster pose. We're just gonna do in betweens with that, so then he can like actually swing nicely. But yeah. This would be a really nice start to the project as well. This one nice little swing into frame. This would be really nice. Yeah, so the whole goal with the snappiness was to make him look a lot more aggressive. Because this is the symbiote Spider-Man, so I was like, yeah, this definitely needs to have some more like zap to it. I just need to check how aware this is. Yeah, we can just remove this. Yeah, I'll drop it in the chat in a sec. I need to kind of add like he's just done kind of like that. Because it's this hand that we need to have back open. So we're gonna like... open, and then he's gonna grab it. Let me just see how this looks. Okay. Yeah, okay, I know what I need to do. Probably not that. No, 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 no. This was fine where it was. I mean, maybe. Maybe. The difference is like SOP sometimes like has help. Like I've actually worked on some of SOP's things. Like the what's it called? The Blade versus the Symbiote Spider-Man. I animated on that. Um so it would be like kind of different because I'm kind of a solo. Like I'm by myself when I make these animations. A lot of the time anyway. Like for some upcoming ones, I'm not going to be alone for those. So they're going to be quite easy to kind of get some stuff out for everyone. I mean, there's some like project files already out there for a Marvel Spider-Man 2 thing. I was gonna save to like doing something like that, to be fair. But yeah. No, yeah, this is supposed to. That's not gonna move just yet. But I guess I can try like whoosh. Because that's not getting animated just yet. That's like the whole thing. The whole thing is like the empty gets animated and then the rotations are animated on the root or the torso. So the torso for now looks stiff. It's supposed to. It's not to be animated just yet. Thank you. Maybe the transition to this might be a bit too quick. Just a tad bit. Just a tad bit, maybe. Yeah, they don't really connect straight away. That looks better. Yeah, this is the rig that comes with aggros, yeah. Okay, time to animate his trajectory. This is the fun part. Because if the camera is like, let's say the camera's here and he whips and he flies past the camera. So we want to make sure that the camera's in like a really nice cool spec so that we can watch him kind of swing from. Right, what's the FOV on this thing? 50. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be fine. Right. And I'm gonna make a separate. This is just a separate layout specifically to see in the camera. Like so. But I am gonna change the FOV to 818. This is like basically the movie bars. Okay, this is gonna be a lot lower. Yeah, we're gonna be looking at him kind of falling. So he's gonna be looking up, yeah. Because you're gonna see him fall and he's gonna go and kind of swing past. But yeah, since I need to make sure that this is in a position where he's hitting the pose for the web. Okay, this is all linear. We need to change this to Bezier. Hmm. Alright, so I'm just gonna do a base. So a base is just like basically like a not a final animation. This part sometimes can be the it's like the software can kind of not like you for doing something like this. Right, now let's say what we're gonna do is he needs to be about like around here, this height. So it needs to come from, let's say over here, he needs to swing into frame. Get some airtime. But then like he gets to here. Okay, which means we need to push him back some more. Some more. Actually, no, we don't. This part here, he just needs to be further out. We can just rotate him. which means he needs to start further back, about like here. He needs to be like here. Okay. Okay, he's kind of coming too close too quick. Which means he's too close. Which means he also drops too quick. So, because he should, by here, it should be webbed, because that's where he's going to swing from. Oh, the camera's going to be too short. Yeah, this is the part where I have to tweak with this now. See, I don't want him to go too close because he's going too close now. There's a whole process I use for the webs that I'll probably get into like in a sec. It's got like some strange movement going on. Okay, I know what's causing it then, it's this. Hang on. How long have I been animating? For 2 years. Okay, I need to make him because he's facing it right now. I need to turn him away from it. Um, it just needs to have enough memory, really, and a good CPU and a GPU. I could just attach the camera to him. I could just attach the camera to him. I might attach the camera to him. I'm gonna attach the camera to him. Yeah. Child of, we're gonna say the empty, take these off, set the inverse. What? Oh, okay. Okay, this is good. This is good. Okay. Now I have the... Okay, I guess not. We're gonna move the location, so it's kind of like... It orbited him. Let me just make this the... And now all I have to do now is fix these parts. Let's make this my cup. Okay, we definitely need to like back up away from... Because we want to be able to read this pose. I'm gonna add some extra city objects around the place just to get some sense of scale. And movement, because it needs some movement. Otherwise you're gonna kind of lose some of the motion. And we don't want to do that. I need to see how the camera looks visually. And now I'm gonna add some shakiness. Oh, great. You know what? I think this is having some rotation. Oh yeah. I just need to erase these rotations. Great, now I can do some actual manual like rotations now. And now I've just got to tweak things. Oh, that's probably why it looks strange. Jeez. I need to fix the orbit, honestly. I need to have it already kind of straight, but kind of like. So, I'm gonna make a choice because this ain't going well. We're going back to square one. Right, so we're kind of at a point. Because I'm trying to think of how to do this like normally. Because this camera, I need to actually erase the camera. This specifically. And this just needs to focal length needs to change again from 50 to like 25 maybe. I can't even fix this. That's not this one. The actual camera itself. Maybe 35? And now let me just Okay. I'm gonna say that for now. I'm gonna think about how to get it nicely like flow through the scene. But it's like almost 2 o'clock in the morning, so it's like almost 2 a.m. I am gonna stop the stream for now because like me tendons are locking up. So yeah, I'm gonna end it today so I can sleep. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. We're so close to 500 subscribers, which is crazy. It's like actually crazy how close we actually are. Thank you so much for the support. It's genuinely like so appreciated. I honestly really do appreciate it. Um, but yeah, thank you guys so much for the support. Really, really, really appreciate everything. It's so helpful and motivating to have the support. It's insane. Now that I know that I'm going to bed, I'm kind of like, I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm kind of like slowly drifting. But thanks guys, and hope you all come back for the next stream. It should be soon. I always announce my stream, so you guys will know. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching today's stream. Have a nice day or night or evening or morning or whatever. Have a nice one. Animate if you want to animate, do what you want. Have fun. And I'll see you guys in the next one.